Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now man, we had a nice grindcore day yesterday. Jesus, 6 super sick bands. If you missed that one yesterday, I'm still buzzing off listening to those bands. Definitely go and check that one out. Now this week we're fully booked up with bands as well, which is super nice. We're just going to be rattling through that, see what people have sent over for us to check out. But today we've got a really great friend of the channel back on again. We haven't seen him for a while. This is Patrick McElvery, but I'll just get this on the screen. They're a two-man band in this one. I'm not quite sure his mate's name. I haven't been introduced to his mates, but I'm quite good friends with Patrick now. But he's in a bunch of different projects and stuff, solo stuff, two-man band stuff, proper band stuff, and he sends it over when he can. Today we're going to be checking out his 9-stitch method. I was just looking on their page here. It says, alternative metal from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ranging from the sounds of Mudvayne and Korn to the bloody what? You forgot to end the rest of the sentence there, so I don't know. They're from Mudvayne and Korn to the something else. We'll try and figure that out throughout the rest of the show. The track that we're going to check out first that he sent over has just come out today. It's absolutely brand new. This is Wrath of the Yeti. Let's check it out. Chunky. Drums sound great. Nice bass. Is that the end of the track? Oh, I've never heard a track end with cymbals hits like that. Really enjoyed this track. Had an absolute great sound to it. I'm not quite sure about that ending there. Could have done something a bit different there because I'm not quite sure. It sounded like it was going to go into a big breakdown. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about the ending there. But man, everything on this track was super nice. Really thick. Hear the bass in there, super nice as well. I thought the drumming was really sick. The vocals are really great. We know Patrick does great vocals, but just a thick, chunky, heavy sound to the whole lot of it. Pumping, blasting bits into more alternative metal stuff as well. Bumping it up and down for the choruses and the verses, which is nice. So yeah, they really killed it. What I'm going to say to these guys is, I think they really nailed it on this one. I'm pretty sure they're using MIDI drums. I'm not sure if they're programmed or whether they've been played on an electronic kit. You can't tell that nowadays. But what I'm going to say is the drumming was really sick in this one. Cool fills, into blast beat sections, cool little accents and frills on the cymbals and hi-hats and stuff like that. What I'm going to say to these guys is to take this to the next level is I reckon they need to replicate a really sick drummer. And what I'm going to say to them is just do more of what you're doing with the drums and just make them even more crazy. Double the length of the fills. Make, like where he swapped onto the cymbal blast beat section. More stuff like that, just spice up the drums even more. And I think it will take the whole thing to the next level because the drums are nicely spicy at the moment, more spicy than regular MIDI drums. But if you go more down that direction, it's going to make the music even sicker because it'll be like you've got a really sick drummer to go along with this stuff as well. And it's sick drummers and stuff like that take bands to the next level. So I'd really like to see that. I think they're doing nicely with the spice that they're bringing to the drums, but if they really spiced those drums up and went mad with it and did it as if it was a really sick drummer, just kind of working the kit, musical drumming, working the cymbals, doing the toms, all the rest of it, it would just, you'd go, fuck man, there's a sick drummer in that band, and it would just really elevate the whole thing. The drums sound great for a MIDI kit and stuff as well, really sound nice. I mean, it's getting to the point nowadays where you just can't tell, because even natural drum kits nowadays, the way they've been mixed and mastered and compressed and isolated and all the rest of it, they're starting to sound like MIDI samples anyway. So other than, unless it's a really, really raw drum recording, it's really difficult to kind of separate what's MIDI drums, what's been programmed, what's been played on an E-kit, and what's actually real natural drums, or what's natural drums with samples over the top of it as well. It's difficult to say. We're going to check out another official video. This one's called Corridor. This one came out a bit later ago, though. It's off the same album, apparently. Let's give it a spin. Nice, thick sound. Powerful, heavy. Sounds dope. You can hear the bass in there. Cool riff. Really nice. Can hear all the elements of this band. The bass cuts through really nicely. The guitars are super heavy and thick and wide. The vocal sits within the mix nicely, and the way Patrick works his voice, he moves with the riff. You know, he kind of pushes his vocals along with the riff and melds them in together nicely. Sounds dope. And again, I'm just going to say, yeah, just go mad with the drums on this now. And I think you'll take the whole thing to the next level, because it will just be next level drumming. It's easier said than done. I know I'm probably asking a lot of these guys, because when you're working with MIDI drums and maybe you're not a sick drummer, it's hard to be a sick drummer. But that's all I would be working on with these guys. They've nailed everything else down and dialed it in. The sound is great, the vocals great, the guitars are great, the bass sounds great, cool riffs, all the rest of it. The drumming is great. Just to take it to the next level, to make it even cooler, I think you could just go sick with the drumming. And that would be it, because then you just go, man, these guys are sick. It sounded super dope. So there you go. Two very nice. I was going to say as well, I think they must be free clips from the internet. I can't imagine that they've paid someone to do that really high quality. But if that is the case, that it's free clips off the internet, how nice that you can get that higher quality free clips on the internet and make a pretty cool music video out of it as well. I mean, the times have changed for bands and music nowadays. Whereas only the most professional bands who had a record deal had a music video. Nowadays, you can just go on Pexels, get some super high quality, professionally filmed stuff and just clip it into a video. Super dope. There you go. I've really enjoyed that today. Checking out these guys. We've followed these guys for a couple of years now, and I'm going to say they're sounding better than ever. The mix on this one was absolutely dialed in, heavy, chunky, loud. Could hear the bass in the mix. Drums sounded dope. Vocals sat in the music, super dope. And just to take it this to over the top, just make the drumming even more sick. That's it. Super dope. There you go. That's what I've got for you today. Tune back in tomorrow if you want to check out some more cool bands. If you want to get your band on the channel, we can do that next week. Head over to the website. All the stuff's in the description. And if you've made it this far into the video, think about giving it a like. Otherwise, we'll see when we see you next. Have a good one. Bye.